According to the Edge Company, in 2022, there are approximately 1.4 billion vehicles in the world today. If you had the chance, would you make them all electric? Today, I'm going to convince you that making the world electric is not sustainable or environmentally friendly today. I'll do this by explaining electric vehicle emissions compared to combustion engine emissions, what it takes to make a battery, and finally, some alternatives to electric vehicles today. This is relevant to everyone because of the push to make the world all electric. While I'm not an expert in the area, I'm personally interested in the topic, and I've done extensive research that I'm prepared to show you all today. To begin, I'd like to talk about our first point, which is emissions. So, how are emissions measured? So, essentially, emissions are measured just like we measure the world's atmosphere. So, it's like putting a box around the earth and then seeing what is inside of the box. So, that's exactly how vehicle emissions are measured. They put a box around the vehicle, a figurative box, and they see exactly what the vehicle produces. So, from this aspect, um, com- normal combustion engines they produce emissions, and electric vehicles do not. And I'm going to tell you why this is wrong. So, to begin, this means that cars on the showroom floor with 0 miles on them start off as zero emission vehicles, and as time progresses, they become emission as soon as they drive off the lot. I propose that this box needs to be expanded and include not only the start of the production of the vehicle, but how the vehicle is getting its energy. So, for example, a combustion engine is getting its energy from gas, while an electric vehicle is electric, and where is that energy coming from? So, this brings us to our next point, which is what it takes to make a battery and charge a battery. So, if we expand the box, a regular combustion engine vehicle begins with around 5 tons of emissions to produce that vehicle. And this, in comparison with an electric vehicle that has the same mile distance range as the regular combustion engine vehicle, takes 15 tons to produce. 15 tons of emissions to produce. So from the start, already the electric vehicle is higher. So to produce the batteries for these electric vehicles, there's a process called strip mining, where they basically strip away the earth to mine these lithium batteries, which obviously is not a good or a sustainable practice for the earth. As well, we need to discuss where the energy is coming from. So, 64% of all electricity produced on Earth comes from fossil fuels, while the other percentage comes from green energy. So, already right there, the electric vehicle is not completely green. Lastly, I'd like to discuss some alternatives to electric vehicles today. A really good alternative that is currently widely available are hybrid vehicles. So when you compare a combustion engine vehicle, an electric vehicle, and a hybrid vehicle, the point at which they intersect and one becomes worse than the other is vastly different. So if I had my presentation, I'd show. But the electric vehicle and the combustion engine vehicle, when the electric vehicle becomes more environmentally friendly than the combustion engine vehicle, is around the 80,000 mile mark. And then, as opposed to the hybrid vehicle, where a hybrid vehicle transitions from battery to the combustion engine simultaneously in between as it's needed, they intersect more along the 450,000 mile mark. So this is vastly different than the regular combustion engine. So, my call to action today is I urge you to consider buying a hybrid vehicle instead of an electric vehicle. And would you still choose to make all of the vehicles in the world electric?
Thank you. Okay.